Hello, my narcissistic abused family. I'm talking about a fun, feel good topic today because I have a lot of other ones coming on the pipeline and not so fabulous. So let's start with this. The other week, I had a great revelation. So, one of the things that results or that's just an ominous presence, like growing up in a narcissistic run home, that toxic unit, is that the predominant feeling is anger and resentment and hostility. So it's inevitable. You absorb that. It's all you know. So you're raised that way, and you're raised to hold grudges, essentially, because that's what your narcissistic parent is doing. They're always angry at someone. It's like they wear it like a badge of honor. Like it somehow makes them better than whoever offended them because they're in a position of power, right? Because they're right and the other person's wrong in their feeble minds anyway. That's how they see it. So they're always angry, they're always resentful and hostile. So you're raised that way, man, and it becomes like embedded in your programming. I've said this ad nauseum, but up until the age of 7, you're just like a sponge. You're just absorbing whatever you're surrounded by, what you're taught, and that is your foundation for the rest of your life, for relationships, for your self-perception, for how you see the world. So you're essentially taught to hold grudges, to always be hostile and angry. So one of the most exciting developments I have come across in my healing is that I came to the realization you don't have to be hostile. You don't have to hang on to anger or resentment. You can actually resolve a problem. Someone can apologize to you for their wrongdoing, and you let go and move forward. It's so awesome. It's so freeing. It's a wonderful, and it actually strengthens your relationship. Adversity is like substance. If you have like a fluffy, like superficial relationship, that's not real. That's not substantial. So inevitably in your relationships, romantic or even friendships, you're going to come upon troubled waters at some point. So, personal example. This happened to me the other week with my husband. It was just a miscommunication, probably a misunderstanding. And it was so cool to resolve it. We were both sorry. Obviously, we don't want to fight with each other. We were both apologetic, and we came together and communicated, because narcissists, when you grow up in a narcissist run household, nobody's actually openly communicating. It's the most twisted, dysfunctional thing ever. But when you break away from that, you realize, wow, I can have a real family. We can have substantial relationships. What is this whole new world? It's awesome. So I have established that with my husband. I'm so grateful, so appreciative. I love our family. I love that we're all open. We communicate with one another. We genuinely love each other and support each other. And Joe and I have an awesome relationship, The toxic duo was exactly that. They were horrifically angry all the time, resentful and hostile. And I'm inclined to, it's obvious. Later in life, you see it for what it is. You're not stuck in the middle of it, but these people are not happy together. Misery loves company. So that's what they're doing. They're just trying to perpetuate their unhappiness. impart it on everyone else, like trying to get like little kicks here and there of like taking other people down. It's disgusting. It's not normal. So when you break away from the dysfunction and you're actually able to establish your own life with what you want incorporated, your morals, your values, what you prioritize, it's super awesome. Super awesome to get away from the dysfunction and all the unhappiness. When you're a child growing up in a narcissistic home, it's just this ominous cloud of, you're getting like condescension from your parents because they're better than you, because they're superior. There's that, but there's also just their underlying unhappiness, and it's tangible, it's palpable. Everyone feels it. It colors everything they do. So one of the best parts of healing has been this realization. You don't have to harbor anger and resentment. You don't have to be mad. You don't have to, hold something that somebody did like a long time ago. Like, okay, forgiven, forget. Like, Joe and I, like, we genuinely love each other. Like, we don't mean to hurt each other. Like, obviously there's miscommunications here and there, which is understandable. That's life. But you let it go. You move forward. It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. It's great. And, we have that same mentality with our children. It's lovely. I'm inclined to think that, like, your narcissistic parent, like, we started out with a strike against us from the jump because we were born, right? It's like we were born to serve them in their feeble minds, but it's also like we're a burden, and they treated us like a burden, like every moment of our existence, until we finally grew up and broke free and moved the heck out of that narc den, which I did immediately as soon as I humanly possibly could. But it's awesome to let go of, hostility, anger, hurt feelings, or whatever. And, they always say narcissists are just hurt, they're traumatized themselves, but it doesn't give them the right to impart that on other people. Look at us, we're doing better for ourselves. We are spreading goodness as opposed to anger and hostility. So that's what this video is about. It's a feel-good kind of a sentiment, and I'm thrilled for all of us that are, going through this path. Like, we're healing and awesome things are happening. We're learning who we are. In my last video, I was talking about how narcissists like to tell you who you are, right? You're angry, you're resentful, you're hostile. Because that's them. They're projecting it, which is, textbook. But, the other thing I was going to say is that, totally forgot, I'm sorry, but narcissists are constantly, that's what I was going to give an example. So when I decided to go no contact from the toxic duo, the dysfunctional unit, they use, they have a narrative that they stick to, and they have to vilify you because they're the perpetual victim. Everyone, the whole world is wronging them in some way, particularly if you break away from their very regimented script. If you're not supporting their fake illusion of, what they're trying to convey to the outside world, you're like their enemy. So that is me. I am the black sheep. I always was. But when I broke away, they had the audacity. This is the other thing. Nothing is off limits, man. Like, they're disgusting. So that's our son back there that passed away from brain cancer in 2013. He was 3 years old. He was 2 years old when he was diagnosed. Brutal, agonizing, nightmare I would never wish on my worst enemy. But Joe and I went through that, and we appreciate our blessings. We appreciate our life, our children, the love that we share. We're so grateful and we're so appreciative. The toxic duo was trying to say that we're angry. We're angry because of what we went through with our beautiful son. Because that's what they would, they'd be angry, right? So I must be angry because I don't want anything to do with them and their abuse. Another thing that they said, I'm sorry, I'm going off the rails here. Another excuse they used was that because of my MS, that I'm crazy, like that I must be because I'm not tolerating their crap anymore. So, too much. Another video, but all right, you guys, I love you. We're bumped, we are bruised, but more than anything, we are blessed because we're overcoming this horrible treatment and we're better because of it. Please like, subscribe, share with anyone you think this would benefit. I love you all. Thank you for tuning in and sticking with me.